what's good? Tell me, what's good, Scorps? Come on in, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. Come on in. Little Paula, or little Santa. Fucking forget. Paulo Santo. You know, I always want to say Sao Paulo in South America. Every time I burn this stuff, it's the weirdest thing. I can't stop doing that, and I so know the difference. Anywho, come on in. We're going to get down today. I'm going to be giving you readings for March of 2026. I'm sorry I'm a little late. I'll be explaining why. We're going to get into a little bit of a spiel, I guess, before we get into my tarot. The reason why I'm late coming out is because I had to take a few days for like a mental wellness kind of thing, just because of everything going on in the world, and being a Scorpio, and you guys being a Scorpio, knowing that you guys like murder mysteries, spooky, scary murder mysteries, conspiracies. You like to know what the hell's going on. You're very good with seeing through the bullshit kind of thing. Well, I thought, because I'm balanced and I'm okay with things, maybe. So I deep dove into some of these Epstein files. And just because of all the wars, the inflation, at this, that, everything coming at all angles. And I still decided to deep dive. And deep dive, I did. I don't know how much you guys know yet about this stuff, so I'm not going to say too much, because you really need to prepare yourself for some of this shit. Some of this shit I've never heard of or thought of in my, it was just absolutely mind blowing. Now I'm opening all of my readings with this, so if you are cross watching and you've already heard me talking about this stuff, you can fast forward a little bit. Anywho, what it is because it's everywhere around us. It can easily feel like a very hopeless situation. It can easily feel so overwhelming and demonic, and you can get angry. It's sad. It pulled out so many emotions in me that I literally needed to process everything, and just try and comprehend the bigness of this shit, in this crazy thing called life, right? So, anywho, yeah, a lot of people are feeling really hopeless right now, and there's a lot of mental illnesses and disorders that are coming to a head, I believe. So in a sense, the Starseeds and the Lightworkers are being called to their stations right now. It's getting deep down here on planet Earth. It's getting fucking real. Okay? This is fucking real shit, people. And a lot of you know that. Some of you are still yet waking up. So, anywho, get your spiritual warrior armor on, get strong, get balanced, get it together, and prepare, because it's gonna there's a lot more coming, right? We do have the blood moon on the 3rd, which usually back in the old days when people had wars, right? If they were feuding in the fields, this war, and there was an eclipse, both sides would stop and look at the eclipse, and because of the ominousness, and the weirdness, they called truce. They would call truce if it would happen in the middle of a war, and everybody would go home. So that's kind of, in a way, releasing the old and accepting the new, right? Because it's burning through these energies on the planet, right? Gaia is taking over, believe it or not. And she's doing a damn good job at it, considering. But if we don't stay real with the fucking truth, like the ultimate absolute truth, you know, there it's going to be a split. It's good versus evil right now. And it's just the way it is, right? And as people are starting to elevate and other people are not, and I live in a very godless society, a spiritualist society. No, people never heard of it, they never believed in it, they're just not into it. It's very, some people just honestly don't know any of it, which to me is phew, but it is, it's true. So they might be finding themselves in hardships if they're in regret, or if they're not really a nice person, or what. So anywho, I'm going to try and I guess what I'm trying to say is just be discerning to know when to turn the flippin' TV off, the boob tube, the news, the internet. Take it in strides. Do not fall for the chaos, because starseeds and light workers are going to be the ones to shine the light through this fucking dark time coming, right? So it's up to us, so do your grounding, right? Stay balanced. A lot of people are meditating more now than ever, so anywho, yeah, just be discerning, because it really did weigh on me. It played on my psychological side. I got pissed off, I got sad, I got angry. I mean, it was everything. Confused. I don't understand how people can possibly be like these things that I couldn't even ever think of to begin with. It's just, it's huge, it's unbelievable. But ground, man. Your feet are the roots. Just remember that, right? All right, Scorpio. My collective. Come on in. Hi, everybody. Tapping in and out. All right, we're going to put this all aside that I just said, okay? And I'm going to try and get into your reading now. Try and ground myself. Spirit guides, universe, angels, ancestors, possible friends of Scorpio who might have passed over, and the higher galactic beings that might be overseeing this act of divination after all, and the ascended masters. Please come in today, help guide and give us messages for people's best and highest good in a way that we can all understand. Please and thank you. Show me what I need to see. It's time to get real. Stay real, get real. All right, hold on. Karmics came out. Third parties, haters, lessons learned. Yeah, well, when people rise above, yeah, it does attract a lot of haters. Let them stay in their hateful, low vibing selves. They're karmics. Who gives a shit, right? We're already above this. A lot of my higher vibrationals, we know this, right? But that's what this message is going to be about. There's chaos, upheaval, disaster, or possible downfall. This is a tower. A lot of chaos around these karmics. This is in your present, Scorpio. Now, remember, you higher vibrationals, you're rising this year and on, right? You're coming into it. So don't forget that as you go through this possible tower, whatever it is, right? Running, escape, denial, excuses. Somebody is probably more than likely the haters and the people that had to learn their lessons. Something like that. That's crowning you. Legal. That's funny. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. Lawyers, court, paperwork. There's like something going down, or something on your mind, or some kind of challenging, or a fear, or I don't know what that is yet. And then we have waves. And yeah, Scorpios are deep. Are we not? I am a really, really, really hard thinker. I don't know, that could be a thing in Scorpio as well. But the emotions take over, right? Because we're water. Yeah, waves, emotions, worry, and fear. It's wasted energy, peeps. I hope this isn't you, and I really don't hope it on them either, but you can flip and flop your energies each and every time you feel fit. All right, we're going to get a little deeper here, and then we'll get into my tarot. Hi, everybody. West Virginia. Hey, baby. Texas. Wicked nice. I lived in Austin for a hot minute. About 6 months I was there. I loved it, but I was in a situation I had to come home. I didn't like the person I was traveling with, so I had to kind of, exit stage right and come home up here in New Hampshire. But welcome, everybody. Good to see you. All right. Show me what I need to see. I love seeing where people are in the world. I don't think I'll ever not enjoy. I'm just such a, I love that. Blows my mind that I'm talking to you guys way over there, and it's amazing. Technology is amazing. Horses, free spirit. Yeah, that could probably be you, Scorp, right? I feel like you are a little bit of a free spirit, with these karmics and haters. That's probably what they don't like about you. Your free spirit. Your spirit in general, probably your energy, Yeah, when you're down low, you don't like higher vibes. And technically, I guess people pick that up in others, people's vibe. They may not be conscious of it, but it happens, right? Cinderella vibes, chaos, upheaval, disaster, downfall. Somebody in the family treated like shit, had to clean up everybody else's mess. Maybe something like that. I'm not sure. I know I did. I raised kids that weren't even mine just because the parents were so toxic and on drugs, and they were liars, and it was terrible. And I get it. Cleaning up people's messes can come in many forms. And then I was looked down upon because I'm raising their kids, and they hated me for it. Well, they hated themselves, see, so that's really the root cause of a lot of that. That's probably where I'm going with you guys in some sort of way here. Who gives a shit? Just came out. This is crowning you, Scorpio. You know it. When you're in your power, you're done with this bullshit, karmic haters stuff. Tower moments, right? We're trying to get through this, right? Who gives a shit? They're running, escaping, denying, whatever. Maybe they don't give a shit. They don't want to stop and face their own. See? Oops. All right, I guess. People doing their own self-reflection, they could be scared of themselves and what they've done. Antique, something's getting old. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. Something's getting old. Legal, court, paperwork, documents. John Hancock. Somebody's doing the John Hancock. They're signing something. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. So, maybe this is the chaos, the legalities of it. I'm not sure yet. Dallas, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I went through Dallas. I didn't stop. I just traveled through it. But yeah, it's so big down there. It's not a joke. I'm up here in itty bitty New Hampshire, and Austin alone is the size of our state. It's like, all this mind-blowing information that I've realized and come through. I don't know, whatever. One more card here and we'll get back into the reading. Envy and jealousy wants to show itself. It's all about an inheritance. Yeah. Okay. Lawyer's court, paperwork, antique. Something's getting old. I love antiquing. It's like I love it. Totally. I go to auctions. I like pretty things. I like things that, people like true craftsmanship. It's not like in today's day and age. I'm really into that shit. I don't know. Maybe somebody else is too. Anywho, I'm going to use my Wild Unknown tarot deck today, and see what's going on here. Father of Cups. You know, it's funny. Well, it's not really funny, but okay, we got the Father of Cups that just came out. Usually this is being very happy, emotionally balanced, yeah? And I have horses, free spirit right over this. And then I have karmic's third-party haters right over that. Right away, I got a happiness hater. You know, whatever you're happy about, maybe they would bring you down, or they would always look at the hard part, the you know, like putting obstacles in your way, even possibly, kind of thing. Eight of Cups. I don't know how these came out. I'm just going with whatever. um Eight of Cups, Eight of Swords, Mother of Cups down. We got the mother and the father. The Mother of Cups down is very hateful, you know, or not emotionally balanced, even in the feminine. But I am thinking like totally blocked. Maybe they're against um this sweetheart vibe, male or female. You know, maybe they're like in denial or refusal or some shit. They don't like this person or something. Seven of Cups, Two of Cups, Nine of Wands. Okay, so the Eight of Cups Cinderella vibes, it wasn't very fulfilling now, is it? When you start treating people like shit, well, it doesn't really feel that good for that person. So why do it in the first place is my question. But anyway, I do feel the heaviness of that storm there. You can see it's raining, the mountains and all. Cinderella vibes here. Yeah, there's some sort of downfall. Usually when the Tower card comes out, it's because something wasn't built on integrity, love, and the, you know, the goodness. Something was built out of lies, deception, or what, and it's coming down because it wasn't of how do you say, the truth. It wasn't the truth. It wasn't the absolute. It wasn't the, thank you, spirit. You know what I mean? So you can follow me here. Who gives a shit? People are trapped. Somebody feels trapped. They're running. They're denying everything. They're trying to make illusions out there. I can feel it. They're like totally in denial of this Mother of Cups reversed. Something's getting old. This is the hope, fear, challenge, and homework with this paperwork, or finding an attorney, or actually signing documents, maybe. You know, there was an illusion. See, I knew, I felt it. They're creating illusions. They're creating a facade, you know. And look at how many cups are here. And there's one down. So it's really happy for them. It's really emotionally fulfilling for them to do this to you, right? They wanted to create these things. They did it on purpose. These people were very well aware of what they were doing as they were doing it. Okay. And they could be in fear of their own actions, you know. Fear and worry is wasted. These people need to come to accountability and responsibility and heal, period. I already know where this is going, but we're going to go through it. Two of Cups, the possible reunion card or union. I do feel like you're going to find a moment, you're going to, with someone you really care about, and you're going to really come into this like, wow, I'm really in this moment. I don't know how to say that. It sounds so funny, but that's what I'm kind of getting. You know, you're going to be like, wow, okay. But Father of Cups, Father of Cups does love a union here, but somebody has a free spirit, okay? And there's a lot of haters. We know Scorpios always have. It's because we carry that energy. People can sense it. See, they sense it. They don't realize it, but they are. You know, Nine of Wands here, Cinderella vibes. Yeah, you're not taking me down. I'm fucking sick of the Cinderella vibe, but your guides are telling you to keep on trucking, right? Kind of thing. You're tired. Every scar and every wound has a story. You've been through it, you know? You've been beat up, chewed up, and spit out, probably. I know I have. And then I was stabbed, kicked under the bus, and left for dead. In a very real way. But I don't know if that pertains to you as well or not. I don't like these. All right. So the Chariot, dead center in the reading, is reversed. 4 of Cups reversed. 5 of Cups reversed. Show me, Spirit, Universe, Angels. 8 of Pentacles. Something's coming to a dead stop. Who gives a shit? You know, it's over, maybe. Do I have 10s here? Something is getting old. I felt it. I don't know. Maybe these are canceled travel plans. On the other hand, people may be having car issues or something. Maybe they don't have a car, but if none of, you know, whatever, things are coming to a stop. This is the fastest card in tarot, right? So it's like, you know, this being trapped is coming to a stop. Who gives a shit? Okay. 4 cups down. Maybe not thinking before they spoke, kind of thing. I'm not sure. Mother of Cups down, they're against that Mother of Cups or denying it, right? So lawyers, court, paperwork right over this. They don't want to do this. There's something that I'm not sure. They don't want it. The inheritance. They don't want to give this person the inheritance. You know? They're worried. They're in regret. They're stuck. They need to work through this regret and flip and heal. You know? But they're creating illusions still to this day. They're in this, I don't know, it's like that. I feel like it just keeps going round and round and round. I don't know. And then we have the 8 of Pentacles here. Yeah. Working on your craft. Yeah. Oh, the web we weave, huh? Father of Cups. These karmics, haters, third parties, and lessons learned. This is about mastery, self-mastery in what you do with yourself or your work, whatever, all of it. Mastering the situation of this union. Horses, free spirit, right over this. All right, show me. Are people being like forced to face their own emotions? Possibly. Something that a lot of people on this planet don't like to do, which is the whole reason why this planet is in the shape that it's in, because they don't reflect, they don't take accountability, you know. Could very well be a very entitled energy, you know. Yeah, now we have the 2 fastest cards in the deck. We have the Chariot reversed, but we do have the 8 of Wands upright. So this is about communication, chaos, and, you know, the bigness and the vastness of coming in with that lightning strike, you know, might be a big deal. Somebody's tired, you know, they want to cause an upheaval or something. I'm not sure, but it's not emotionally fulfilling. It's not, I feel like it's not healthy for a lot of you, right? Well, it wouldn't be healthy. So there's that, right? Okay. Ace of Swords down. Yeah, they're lying. They're running. Who gives a shit? They're in denial. There's no clarity. They're trapped in their head. Things go round and round. You know, I felt that. They don't want to admit the truth, face the truth. It's come to a stop, however, which is the good part, because apparently something's working, right? They need therapy, maybe a doctor, possibly, kind of thing. I know when I went through my therapy, my therapist changed my life. It took me a long time to find her. I went through several that I didn't like. And once I found her, she changed my life and saved my life, actually, which now I realize as well, you know. 6 of Wands down. So it's not such a bad thing. I think the challenge is finding one you like and you can kind of get on the same page with, but totally recommended. Daughter of Cups down, Six of Swords. They don't want to reflect. See, I was just saying they're not going to. It's everything about the accountability and response. It's everything like that. They want to sweep everything under the rug with the Six of Wands down. You know, something's getting old. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. They're lying, whoever this is. It could be a group of people, even, because this technically talks about a group, a cult, a coven of some sort, a community, whatever it is, right? They won't reflect. They're not gonna. See, about this inheritance. They do not want it, whatever. But for you, however, getting the hell out of the storms, and good for you. Look at how heavy that rain is. Heavy. See, didn't I feel that in the Eight of Cups over here? The heavy rain. Something's with the rain. That could be like a in reference to, or you know, it might make sense to you. Everything I said in these cards here has to do with the Emperor card. Balance, control, bossing up. That tree is solid, right? This looks like a pine, or actually it looks like an oak. I'm not really sure. Could be a few different trees, whatever. The roots are in the ground. Fours, being the Emperor card, are about foundations, right? But on the other hand, I am feeling the power, the control, the structure, something about that in that card, like something about structure, you know. I'm going to use my pretty deck today for all the ladies in the house. This is my English tarot, if you're interested. King of Pentacles, yeah. This person is definitely a narcissist. They're very, you know, but they're good with money, but I'm feeling the narcissistic part of it because it's just been kind of inching me there. Father of Cups, King of Pentacles. They're just happy with their money. Happy. That's all they care about. They don't want to give up this inheritance. If they could breathe it and eat it, they would. I'm feeling that lust, like, kind of vibe. The Teacher, the Hermit, Cinderella vibes. Yep. Cinderella, I feel, is now the teacher with all the chaos, or it's causing chaos. Somebody can't believe what they're seeing, you know, but something wasn't emotionally fulfilling anymore, right? They left the picture, went into their cave, and healed. They did the work. They did the work. I like it. And if it's you, congratulations. On the other hand, some people are still going through the dark night of the soul, maybe. So kudos to you for keeping on, because it's not an easy thing to do, right? But this is what we're called to do on this planet right now, and that's the way it is. So we got to do what we got to do. Alrighty. Ace of Wands down, Eight of Swords. Hi, everyone. Yes, it's a collective reading. Anything live like this, I would think, is a collective reading. But I do take personal questions and just give you like a brief card or two or three or what, and that's it, because this is for everyone. Yeah. Ace of Wands. Nobody wants this beginning. They have no drive for it. Who gives a shit? Somebody's denying it. They're trapped. It's their decision. Everything is a choice, right? It's starting to come through me really quick now. Seven of Cups and Seven of Cups right next to it. Wow, these people are illusionally delusional. Some of them. Sorry to say. I know it's hard, but hello. They're very against this, sweetheart. I feel like, why? I feel it's their spirit. It's their spirit. It's their energy. They hate them They don't like them, or they're intimidated or what. And that's funny because the Emperor card, I can easily get domination and intimidation out of this. So are we talking like tables turning or whatever? Ugh, world fucking reversed. Sorry. Nine of Wands is being clarified and validated by the Nine of Wands. Yeah. You're tired. Been through a lot. Like I said, every scar and every wound has a story. But you're not taking me down. You just keep going. And that's exactly what it needs to do. What needs to happen. Right? Nine of Wands with the Nine of Wands. Your spirit guides got your back. A lot of you are listening. And as tired as you are, you're not taking me down. And I like it. My Scorpios. You know? This Two of Cups with the world down. Yeah, this needs to be finished or completed or what? With legal, court, paperworks, and lawyer over here. And then I have, so there's I'm feeling like this is all about the final decisions or something, or the finalities of the paperwork or whatever with the inheritances or whatever that is, you know. They need to come forth. There's they have to like do this or or that's what this is about, right? King of Pentacles right over this. Karmics, haters, third parties, lessons learned. They hate doing this. Whatever it is, they don't want to give it up. Look, abuse of power right here. Emperor right dead center in the reading. Ding, 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 ding. Mm-hmm. Abuse of authority, abuse of power, whatever, however, out of control. That's it. Dead center in the reading. It's coming to a dead stop. Good for you, Scorp. Right on. I like it. All of a sudden, I'm feeling like this Ace of Wands is like this for you. You know? It's really starting to come through me here. You know? Three of Pentacles. I do need a bunch of cards, however. Three of Pentacles is good, solid advice, maybe. Kind of thing. Page Cups. Seven of Wands. The Lovers. Wow. Two of Cups and the Lovers card. So they do love you. I feel like this is a love-hate kind of thing. Is it a love-hate thing? I don't know. Anywho, Page of Cups over here. And this is clarifying and validating the Five of Cups down. You know, somebody's reflecting from all the disappointment. Somebody, or that's what this is about, the inheritance, the emotions, the worry and fear right over this. I think they're being being forced to face their emotions somehow through this. Good. Good. You've got the power. Wonder Twins activate. Starseeds and Lightworkers to your stations. You've got the power. You've mastered your lessons. See, you've worked hard. Well, that's what this is about. You know, Lovers, Eight of Wands. Yeah, there's communication coming in. I don't know, you know, if it'll be a knock at the door, if it's going to be a letter, if it's going to be a text. How cheesy after this, but it could be, you know, but there's some form of communication. You're going to have to be quick on your feet, right? So stay grounded as this happens with this, you know, tower moment here, because a lot can happen, right? Just be cool, be you, right? Just be you. There is a celebration here. Yeah, there's a gathering. They don't want to do it. I feel like they have to, but who gives a shit? Show me. One more, please. Thank you. So we have Ace of Pentacles down, Five of Cups down again. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, they're very, 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 very regretful. They feel guilty, whatever that may be. Be careful who you talk to. This is what change, and all that gold doesn't shine. Yeah, all that glitters isn't gold. Damn straight. You got to really look at who you're dealing with. And that's what these Seven of Pentacle cards represent here, right? They're attracted to this illusion. They could be very superficial. They could be all about, ego, status, and quo. And that's all, it's like that's all they, so now for the first time, this narcissistic energy may be having to face their feelings, which narcissists are not real good at, if they ever do. Because who are you behind closed doors when no one's looking? Are you working on things, or are you still running, escaping, and denying, and playing victim and whatever that may be? But yeah, I see a lot of regret here, but however, things are moving for you, so that's good news. Everything I said in these cards, yeah, they're in bad judgment. It's all about, they're not woke. They have to face it, let it go, be good with Jesus, man. These are the times. Get good with your God. I call it like the one and only, the divine source. I do say God. There's so many different ways. The divine, whatever you call it, get good. Get rid of this regret, because that's not good to hold. That'll hold you here. And then you'll be reincarnated on this earth. Do you want to be here? Look at how the earth is going. I know I don't want to be. I'm ascending. And that's why I'm here, trying to get you to do the same. Get the hell out of here. This planet's going to hell. It is hell. We gotta escape it. See? Here in the now. So it's later. You create your heaven here on earth in the now. Get rid of the bad bugs, the bullshit, the things that don't really align with you or make you happy or fulfilled. And once you start doing it, the easier it gets, easier, and then all of a sudden you look back and you're like, wow, things are starting to change, and you just continue, and so create your heaven now. All right, we got Queen of Swords. Somebody's in their truth. And this is right over King of Cups and King of Pentacles. Karmics, haters, lessons learned. Yeah, this Queen of Swords has, is standing in her truth with these haters and whatever, all these betrayals or whatever it could be. Four of Wands down, Six of Cups. Yeah, it could be a broken home. Could possibly be a divorce or something like that. Ace of Coins reversed. This one I think is that way. Five of Coins. We've got a lot of fives on the table. A lot of fives. So we could be talking about, a lot of chaos in the past. Anywho, Four of Wands down, yeah. The Hermit trying to light the light through all of this. Who gives a shit? Six of Cups has everything to do with, memories of, what's on your minds and what everything is. Right. Right on, Ruth. Hi, everybody. Elias, hi. Okay, so This, this is nostalgia. This is like, remember when, right? But they're running from that. They're running from their memories. See, this is right over it. Uh-huh. Who gives a shit? Ace coins down. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. This could be an opportunity turned down. Something's getting old. It's in the air. Has everything to do with paperwork or attorneys or something. Somebody feels left out. They do not want to give this person their inheritance. They're being left out. But they're worried and they're fearful. So are they really, they don't want to, maybe they will have to. And it's against their wishes, because I know that the courts will fight sometimes for certain siblings or whoever, whatever. I don't know. Justice down. Queen of Swords. Yeah, she's got something to say about this injustice. It was extremely unjustified, whatever the hell it was, I just, this Queen of Swords, depending on all of you, is not really in her emotions anymore, or he, because they've healed, I feel, with all of this. So they're a little, maybe they're balanced enough, but they can be cold and hard. It can be my bitch card all day long, should they be pushed. So whatever that is. I think we all can be a bitch, male or female. I don't care. Everybody's got it. But technically, Scorpios know how to put their foot down. And when they're in their power, that tail, getting ready to strike. Just be grounded, right? Light your light. Be the guy. Don't lose it, or something. You'll be guided, though, I feel. A lot of you. Three of Swords down. Yeah, there's definitely betrayals in the past. Happened a long time ago. It's about letting it go. People are exhausted and depleted, like to the point they don't even want to deal with this and do this. Well, you shouldn't have done this in the damn first place, whatever the hell that means. Two of Cups down now. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. Choice made. The abuse of power, things are coming to a stop. No, thank you. Who gives a shit? Five of Cups down. They're in regret, man. Guilty AF. They're sad. They're wow. Somebody really needs to work on getting rid of that regret, the revengeful, whatever it is. It's not good. That's pretty deep of a message right there. I'm not sure how to respond to that. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework here. With the not accepting an opportunity. Yeah, this person does not want to do it. Whatever this is. I think somebody's owed an inheritance, and whoever this older person could be really doesn't think that this other person deserves it. They want to sweep it under the rug and hide. And they want to continue doing what they were doing in the first place. It's not a victory. It's not. I don't think it's about a victory. It's about love, man, or lack thereof. Two of Cups down. And that's what makes the world go round. So if these people are loveless and now they're being faced to face their feelings, well, good. But is it too late? Probably. Did they know what they were doing? Absolutely. Did they care? No. Did they make it worse? Probably. Hierophant down. It's all about You know, you gotta question people's morals and their integrity, and you know, even scientists now, they're just, you know, it's so overplayed. They need to stop. They need to stop. They're playing God, you know, and it's just enough. That's my opinion. I don't care. I'm not into this cloning and all this robotic AI, whatever. It's too much, man. I'm out of here. Beam me up, Scotty. Could be about divorce, like I said earlier. Somebody has a very free spirit, however. Yeah, the high priestess was the next one right after the Hierophant down. Now we have the priestess down. They hate this person. They refuse this person. They don't like this kind of spirituality, maybe even for some of you. But they stopped what they were doing and they're listening. They don't like it, but they're listening. Good. That's funny. Let them listen because they need to learn. Damn it. And the universe is in charge now. See. Yeah. Two of Wands down, Nine of Swords. A lot of anxieties right now on this planet. The solar flares that are coming in from the universe is hitting the earth so flippin' hard right now. If we could see it, these flares, we probably wouldn't see 3 or 5 feet in front of us. It's that thick. So in your mind's eye, that's, you know, and I bet that's exactly the reason why so many anxieties are kicking up. So many of these bipolars and possible mental health issues and whatever. But it is a bad situation. Some people are probably up at night, right? Tossing and turning, right? I lived most of my life in this situation, and that's exactly the situation that it is. I'm such a deep thinker, and being an abuse survivor, you know, we have to get control of these anxieties, right? Ground yourself and meditate because that is a number one. And if you can't, your mind doesn't stop, you continue. You just bring your mind back. If your mind wanders, bring it back. If it start thinking it, bring it back. You know, I still have to do that. And I've been meditating for quite a few years now. And I still have a hard time sometimes. And then other times it's like, boom, you know? And then other times I need to take a break from it. And then I get balanced again. And then, you know? So, anywho, I need one more card here and we can move on. I can be a chatterbox, I know. So this priestess card and Hierophant card turned down, that's a divine counterpart. These people were supposed to know each other. They could be twin flames, absolutely. It's just not gonna, you know, they're oil and water, they're not gonna mix. See, this is a black witch or a warlock possibly, you know, doing the dark deed, right? That's why we question morals and ethics and people playing God after, you know, abuse of power and authority, you know, taking accountability and responsibility. And that's what it's all about in this damn world right now. And it's happening, but we have to see the dark and feel it, you know? We got to be real because the sooner this shit gets out of the way, the better off it is for everybody else. Yeah. Deception. Wow, the moon. Yeah. It's dark. It's dark down there under that rock. There's a lot of cunning. They're not going to stop. Darker energies don't stop. They've been on this planet before humans. These energies. I'm so glad that that person, you know, brought that up in one of my readings. Because usually when I say you want to get rid of the dark, here's a light, and I light a lighter, yeah, it'll help. Say you have a haunted house, and that's like shining the light when you release the spirit, yeah, but they technically don't they leave the space, the house, the hospital, wherever they happen to be hanging. um but they're earthbound. They're always here. They will transform into another soul, maybe, or maybe not. Maybe they're just there, right? There's so many different weird things that we now are coming into that phew, with all this information. It's crazy. It's true. People thought I was nuts years ago. Now they're listening, and this is the first time I can actually talk and have people listen to me and hear my opinions, my. But yeah, they're hiding, they're scared, there's fears. It's all about wish fulfillment. I do believe that you're going to get whatever this inheritance is after all, and they're going to fucking hate it. And if you don't, who cares? Who gives a shit, really? You're already moved on. There's been all this time, you know? So you're doing great. It's almost like I get an energy like you don't need it. You can create your own inheritance, see? And spiritual inheritance is the abundance of most of everything in life. Well, it is everything in life, not most of it, you know? Material abundance, yes, we need to survive, but Anywho, I'm going to change it up and give you a familiar oracle. Yeah, the fox. Cunning. Do you think? You think? All right, hold on. I'm going to read this to you. Don't forget to flip and flop your energies and genders should you need to. My lips always get chapped in the winter. I hate it. Every time they heal, they get chapped again. All right, check it out. Being crafty and canny are tricks of my trade, for my wily ways are cunning enough to repel or break the bewitchment of dark magic. In such moments as these, you may wish to call upon me for quick thinking and adaptability, especially when you're caught in a trap, hounded, or being pursued. Being quick-witted, remember? I love how that resonated with that. In such moments as these, you may wish to call upon me for quick thinking and adaptability, especially when you're caught in a trap, hounded, or being pursued. My raucous triple bark and blood-curdling screams echo through the night and call you to be swift, skillful, and shrewd as you wield your devious way. Keep sharp, for scheming pursuits might be unearthed, and you could find yourself in a deep, dark hole. However, a little manipulation won't harm you if you're slick and artful, and you may soon find that the inventive resourcefulness comes as second nature in order to get the results you desire. I feel like it's saying you're going to be playing their game. You can play the games, Scorpio. Oh, I like that. Time to step into the role of the cunning man or woman, to harness some sly fox magic and the wisdom of yesteryear's folklore. There's a side note. Proceed with caution when fox appears in dreams. Examine the situation carefully. Don't rush into a relationship. Tackle life with passion. Damn it. Malicious intent warns you to retreat. You are being deceived. Actions are sly and slippery, and someone is not to be trusted. Time for a bit of scheming to claim what's rightfully yours. Your supernatural senses are heightening. Study folk magic and herbal remedies for healing. Yeah, some of these people on this planet are diabolical, and that's the way it is. And I'm going to give you a wisdom card. Watchtower of the North. I purposely don't practice witchcraft. I've dabbled in the past, but I absolutely understand the way energy works and the law of attraction and the universal law of three. I don't dabble anymore because when you put it out, it comes back. Well, we're kind of dealing with that kind of situation here. Hence, those curses and spells that have been said and done. It's all real, you know? Watchtower of the North. Winter. We are in winter. Come on. Where is it? I don't have it. Oh, here it is. I see how they did it. Okay, so anywho, don't forget to flip and flop. Calling upon the guardians and gatekeepers of the North. See, if you dabble, then good, but please do your research and understand the law of three, the Wiccan read, and all of that. You know, I stay away from it now, but I'm not against it because there are very much good witchy type light workers and starseeds. So, all right. Calling upon the guardians and gatekeepers of the North, the season of winter brings you its gifts steeped in magic and mystery as it works in conjunction with the element of earth. By visiting the watchtowers of the North, you're being called upon to go deep within, to rest and recharge while earth nurtures and restores you. The North will assist you with any aspects of home life, security, and the nurturing that you require. Connect with the crone aspect of the triple goddess as you journey with the god in elder form inwards and face that which you have ignored for too long. Allow winter to freeze out any unwanted behaviors, situations, or addictions you have been holding on to, stripping you bare with the dark chambers of the winter's tomb. The color black represents the element of earth and should be used in accordance with your magical workings at the time of midnight. Winter shares its wisdom in association with the card that flanks this one. You're going through the dark night of the soul. Surrender and release and persist. The rewards will be life-changing. You are metamorphosing. Rest and rejuvenate. The ancestors are connecting with you and embark your dark side with harm to none. Face your shadows, right? All right, we're going to get my familiar deck. Oh, I already gave you one of those. Sorry. I'll give you a few of these. Did I have another? Oh, I don't think so. Okay, so anywho, I'm going to take a few. Show me what I need to see, Spirit. For Scorpio! My ass kickers out there, my zodiac ass kickers. Yeah, tired isn't, but you're going to get through this strong. But it's all coming to a head. See that? Everything is on this planet. All the situations around you, too. That's the crazy part. All right, I'll just keep going here while I'm shuffling. Very nice, the sun. I like it a lot. It's about popularity and positive and growth and and healing. I love it a lot, but it is also exposure and illumination. And that could be connected with the tower. It depends on all of you all. There's high notes of recognition and labor and business success. Yeah, you're going to be recognized, or a lot of you may be like leveling up in your job or your craft, whatever you do. Maybe you're a hobbyist, maybe you're a musician, maybe you're an author, who knows, maybe you work at the bank. I don't know, but there's going to be some sort of leveling up here, or recognition for what you've been through at the very least of it. Phenomenal luck, the pig. This is like one of the best omens, That's phenomenal. After complete heartbreak, after betrayal, after very hard times, it's just validating what everybody's talking about on the internet about Scorpios. Ace of Spades. So yeah, you can avert the evil spells that these people are trying to cast. That's what that says. And Ace of Swords, technically, Ace of Spades, would be about truth and clarity. It's clear. It's about money, baby. You'll get some money. You'll get some money. There's some money coming in. Ho, ho, ho! Now this is the number one omen. We have this for the omen. We have this for the omen. We have this for the omen. And now we have this, which is double trump. 7 of diamonds. I love it. It's great. It neutralizes things. Like it's going to neutralize this in your life. You're going to feel like burdens lifting. And the lucky cards that are on the table are multiplied. So really strong protection, luck. You know, there's abundance around you like crazy, spiritually and support. And not just that, but I feel like a lot of you have friends and they could be supporting you right now as well. I'm going to give you a rune and close this out. Hi, everybody. Hi. You may write a book. If you're on, do it. I've been trying to write a book for years. I actually have one page. I'm not kidding. But have I gone to, but I don't know how to put my life into a story. It's just how it comes out. I have no recollection of time, really. Everything gets mixed up. Plus, I still disassociate with my CPTSDs and PTSDs, so I don't know how to, I've thought about it, but if you do write a book, good luck, good luck. That's really cool. All right, what do you got for us? Welsh flowers. Oh, that's nice. I don't know if I've ever seen this card before. Pinks and oranges, little yellows in there. All right. A blade of grass is as beautiful as a petal or a leaf. A tender moment is as sweet as it is brief. They come in, it's going to be quick, done, boom. It's not going to be, there's going to be no hanging out having tea, Carry heather flower for maturity, growth, and change. And you can snapshot that. I wish it would focus, but you may be able to focus it if you snapshot it. These are your messages, Scorpio. I wish you all the best and, congratulations, because things really are moving on. And I know that a lot of you have been through it. If you are a light worker and a starseed, keep that mustard seed, keep the faith, keep it growing and keep it lit for everyone else, but do your grounding and balancing as well so you're able to help others in these coming times, because it's going to get real. We got the rest of the year to go through before we hit year number 2, which is next year, 2027. And that's going to be a big year as well. So buckle up, buttercups. Be cool, be kind, be patient, and just be a good human. Thank you for watching. Ciao.